mixer wasn't on. SpaghettiOs. All right, now we're up. How we doing? I hope you guys can hear me. Microphone. Bow. All right, tight. Why is that? Okay, that's better. Oh, there was a buzzing sound. All right, my bad. Let's not get too distracted with the audio stuff. Good morning, everybody. How you doing? It's me again. Samson, I guess that's my name. Let's get into the stream, yo. Let's hop right into it. Which tab we at? All right, let's go over here. Bada bing. Q. Oh, was it David Ivankos? Yes. So guess what, guys? Guess Franken what? Qubic just hit another Franken milestone, dude. Milestone after milestone after milestone, man. So a few weeks back, let me show you something real quick. Arc-AGI. I did a video talking about um, how benchmarking for LLMs, as you can see here, watch. This was when episode 219. When was it? 2 weeks ago. I talked about how Arc-AGI was like a Yeah, I talked weeks ago about how Arc-AGI was a new, LLM benchmarking tool and how less than 1% of LLMs get less than 1% on this new benchmarking test. So so check this out. Check this out. I just found this out yesterday from the homie thing. Shout out to Dojo who pointed this tweet out to me. You need eyes everywhere because there's so much things going on in Cubic. There's so many teams and like different things going on, this would have completely went under the radar. Happy to share. This is from David Vivancos, one of the members or one of the guys of the scientific team. Uh, Happy to share that our bio-inspired Neuraxon 2.0 by David Vivancos and Jose Sanchez, right, the two scientific leads on Cubic. Um, with Qubic Open Science, Agarth CFB is showing promising results in the most challenging AI slash AGI benchmarking. There's a lot of tags going on. I'm doing my best to read this post. First entry, we got 0.13%. I know that might seem like boo boo. It is boo boo, but relative to other um, um, frontier models, watch, let me show you. Compared to the top models. Let me show you. I have a picture right here. Look, check this out. Google Gemini 3.1 Pro, 0.37%. The highest among frontier LLMs. Ooh, we're right there, guys. These are multi-billion. I think Google is $1 trillion company, no? We're right there behind them. We're in the same field as trillions of dollars worth of companies. OpenAI, hundreds of billions. Anthropic, hundreds of billions. Dude, these guys, Anthropic and OpenAI, they're trying to IPO at like Elon at $1 trillion or close to it. And you're telling me we're right behind these guys in AI benchmarking? This is the creme de la creme of AGI benchmarking. Because these tests are passed 100% by human beings. 100%. Watch, we're going to go into a quick, like, 5-minute video. It's a really pretty informative video by the people who created the Arc-AGI benchmarking tests. So check this out. XAI Grok, right? 0% complete failure to navigate the model environments. Zero. Dude, do you. Here, hold on. Hold on a second. Bruh. I need you to see my face. We're better than Grok. I mean, that's not saying much. I mean, Grok's pretty good, but the Neuraxon model is better than Grok 4.2. Like the new. Anyway, I just thought I'd go full face for saying that, dude. That's insane. Qubic will be impossible to ignore at this point, dude. It's simply impossible. So now let's go to that video I had stored for you. What the heck? Sorry, I just saw something funny on my homepage. History. Usually I had the links prepped up, but I just wanted to go live real quick. Arc-AGI-3, here it is. Tricks that we had, and we've seen some interesting failure modes. Yeah, this is it. This is it. All right, let's check this out. Actually, I'll put the link to this video in the description of this live stream. Put the description in the live stream. Okay. Here we go. Arc-AGI-3 video. Sorry, I want to do it right now before I forget after the live stream. All right. All right, yeah, we're good. All right, let's play this video now. I hope you guys enjoy. It's actually quite educational. Boom. All right, let's play it.
I'm guessing if you're in this room, you likely care about where the frontier is going. It's on your mind and you're thinking about it. And that frontier is actually going to be pointing towards something specific. And that frontier is pointing towards artificial intelligence that is able to learn just like a human. Or to put another way, the frontier is general intelligence. And at ArcPrize, we have a very specific definition about what general intelligence is, and it really shapes everything that we do. So we believe that general intelligence is not just a set of skills. So it's not how well you do at any one skill, but it's more the meta aspect. It's your ability to learn new skills. That's the important part, is the learning piece. And, well, despite what the headlines would lead you to believe, we do not yet have AGI. And we can say this with certainty because there's still a gap between what humans can do and what AI can do. And tonight, I'm going to show you the benchmark that proves that to us. So the ArcPrize Foundation, we exist to guide attention to this human AI gap. And we do this through two ways. The first way is through measuring progress. So we use Arc-AGI as a tool to tell us where the frontier is, and we use it as a public sense finding tool. The second way we do this is we use the benchmark as a target. And the target is the interesting part because you can incentivize new ideas to try to beat the benchmark and bring those into the open domain. So we host competitions and leaderboards that do this for us. Now, compared to other AI benchmark organizations, Arc takes a very unique approach in how we operate and how we do this. And what's different about us is we are squarely focused on problems that humans can do, but are still out of reach for AI. And I don't know of any other benchmark organization that takes this principled stance here. It makes sense to us that if you want to measure how close
They don't, by the way.
you are to AGI, then you'd want to make a direct comparison to the only existence proof of general intelligence that you have. And that existence proof is, of course, humans. Mm-hmm. Now, if you're trying to find problems that humans can do and AI cannot, it's easy to come up with one-off problems. And I have a list of problems I go and ask ChatGPT or Opus whenever a new model comes out to try to stump it, right? But it's easy to come up with one problem, like how many R's are there in strawberry? It's much harder to come up with a class of problems, an entire domain of problems that still humans can do and AI cannot do. And that is what we do at ArcPrize. And we believe that the best benchmarks, they're not just hard for AI, but they're tractable enough for the research community to continue to inspire progress. And that's really why we have a series of benchmarks instead of just one benchmark. It's, Arc is just not one. One question we get asked all the time is, well, are you moving the benchmark? Are you moving the goalpost? You came out with a new benchmark. Are you just going to move that? And our response is that the goalpost is AGI. That's the end goal about where we're pointing here. And with ArcPrize, with our human AI philosophy, there can only ever be a finite number of Arc-AGI benchmarks. There is an end date in mind for when this gap actually closes and gets to zero. So as an organization, when we can no longer come up with problems that humans can do and AI cannot, well, for all intents and purposes, we have AGI at that point. And that is how we will know when AGI is here. What I love about that stance is that is a falsifiable claim. We put our benchmarks out into the public and we don't control, like we put them out with a hypothesis and we see how the community reacts. And so one day we will not be able to make those types of problems anymore. And that is a falsifiable claim. Now, what we learned by building V1 and V2 is that you need new benchmarks to give you the sharpest signal about where the frontier of AI is today. And each new benchmark in the Arc-AGI series tells us something about where the capabilities of AI are. And I want to show you what we've learned from Arc-1 and Arc-2 to do this. Now, Francois Chollet came out with Arc-AGI-1 in 2019. And keep in mind that this was pre-LLMs and pre-scale. And for 5 years after that, despite all the scale that we saw, models were still not making material progress. However, we saw our first jump in December of 2024. And this was when OpenAI previewed their O3 model. We saw an intense jump after this. And what happened was this was when really the reasoning paradigms...
Sorry, I paused the video a second ago, but I didn't realize I was still off camera. The fact that the first Arc-AGI test was before any LLMs kind of gives you a lot of insight to how far ahead of the game Arc-AGI benchmarking is. So you can see how when models were released and, being trained and retrained, how quickly they scaled and got better, right? But once Arc-AGI, figured out what these LLMs were up to, you see how it progressed to Arc-AGI-3. So anyway, let's continue the video.
Paradigm started to take off. So Arc-AGI-1 was a signal exactly for this reasoning paradigm, as we saw. The next milestone came with Arc-AGI-2. Now, this was just released just a little bit over a year ago, and although there was progress on Arc-AGI-1, there wasn't a ton of progress on Arc-2. But then we saw the next big step in capabilities jump, and this was signaling right when agentic coding started to take off. We noticed that humans were able to give more autonomy to the agents that they were controlling. It used to be humans needed to give over 50% of control to it, and now they can do sub 50% for that. But as we know, we do not yet have AGI. And we know that new ideas are still... What we need is we need a tool that will signal to us the next step in capabilities jumps that we expect in the future of AI that's coming up. And tonight is going to show you what tonight we
Nerd alert. Nerd alert. No, I'm just playing. Keep in mind, only 2 months old. Right? This isn't very young. Like this new benchmarking tool. So the fact, yeah, AI and tech in you and will top L percent, not even of a percent. Oh, 3/4 more than have. Oh my God. Damn, I thought I was gonna have good luck today with my connection. Wrong again. I know your father. Yeah, no, I'm back, baby. I'm back. We in here. We in here. Sorry, guys. Until my bags go up, you're gonna have to suffer with my disconnections. I see. Let me make sure where I got cut off. I gotta see where I got so I know what you guys heard. Where did I cut off? All right, cool. Not that. I know exactly where we left off. All right, let's continue the video because I do have to get to work. Sorry for the disconnection. I hope you guys bear with me. I love you guys for being so patient and sticking around for the rest of the stream. I know most people would give up. All right, let's continue. All right, nerd alert. Uh-oh, not again. Not again. Jesus Christ. Well, let me refresh this page. Where am I? 6 minutes and 34 seconds. I think we're good now. I might have just had to refresh that.
metrics that we had. And we've seen some
What the heck? I go back to 10 minutes. Aw, thanks, Ollie. You're the best. That's why I fuck with you guys. Hell yeah.
tonight we are releasing Arc-AGI-3. So with V1 and V2, we gave a static puzzle to AI and we asked, can you solve it? But with V3, we put AI inside of an interactive environment and ask, can you figure it out on your own and by yourself? We've built hundreds of games for this benchmark and nearly 1,000 different levels that are included in there. Each one of these games was handcrafted by a human. So we did not use ProcGen to make any of these games. And in fact, in order to get this done, we had to spin up one of the most productive game studios in the world. We actually have a lot of game developers in the room who helped build these. Will you please raise your hands? Beautiful. Big group over there.
More the CFPs over there.
So in Arc-AGI-3, every game is going to be
Mustache.
original and novel from each other. So unlike previous game benchmarks, these games have never existed beforehand. One of the game design constraints that we had was it needs to be novel, and it needs to not have existed within the gaming world beforehand. And because of this, no test taker, whether human or AI, has seen these games beforehand. And the subtweet with all that is they're not in the training data. Each game has different mechanic and reasoning types, but there's a catch.
Yeah, so there's a thing to what he said there. It's not in the training data. In the video, the live stream I did a few weeks ago, it's I think episode 219 if you want to go watch it, or I talk about Arc-AGI. Um a lot of these um startups when they're doing like their benchmarking, they're pretty much like marketing tools like, "Oh, we just got this score on this. Look at ours. Look at our LLM. Subscribe now to our LLM." Um so those benchmarking like pro campaigns, it's just BS. Like they get all the training data ahead of time. They know the answers. It's nonsense. So that's the importance of this Arc AGI stuff. It's all human made, fresh stuff, and it's testing your ability to learn in real time and interact with brand new environments because that's what humans. I mean, if for all you parents in the house, that's you watch your kid grow up from an infant. You just all he's doing is exploring and learning and like it blows even you as a human who's already like learned everything. It blows your mind watching like a baby learn stuff. Like it's fascinating what human intelligence can do. Anyway, back to the video.
And the catch is that the games don't come with instructions. So that means that this forces the test taker to explore its environment, to acquire goals on the fly, to build a world model, and to learn continuously. And when you first start playing a game, it doesn't quite make a ton of sense. But that's on purpose because you're forced to interact with the environment to understand the rules. And these environments were constructed in such a way where each level builds on top of each other. So if you're playing level 3, you have to carry forward what you learned in level 1 and level 2. There's no other way to beat level 3. This means that the agents that beat Arc-AGI-3 will show the first signs of continually updating their world model. You simply can't beat V3 otherwise. Every one of these games is human solvable. And we know this because we invested them. And when we selected these humans, we didn't do any careful selection. We didn't do any pre-screening for skills. They had no special training, and these were members of the general public. Now, the reason why we did this is because if a game was too hard, well, then we just excluded it from the benchmark. So we only included the ones that were human solvable. But the cool part is that we didn't just want to know whether or not humans could solve these games, but as they were playing them, we counted how many actions did it take for them to complete these games. Because by counting actions, you can actually tell how efficient they were in order to complete the game. And since humans are our only proof point of general intelligence, well, we now have a baseline for how quickly general intelligence can solve these games. We also tested frontier AI with the similar metrics that we had, and we've seen some interesting failure modes of current AI. First, AI has a very difficult time anticipating future events. So when it needs to run a simulation in its head, when it needs to understand how its actions right now will impact the world 5 or 6 moves ahead, it's unable to do that. And the second piece is that AI is currently unable to learn from its previous experiences to inform what it should be doing next.
Catastrophic memory loss, as they say. There's like, isn't that like that's like a horrible term. Catastrophic memory. That's like dementia for computers. Like you can like talk about you could be having like a great conversation, having a great workflow, and then wake up the next day and it's gone. They're like, "Hey, how you doing? What you want to talk about today?" You're just like, "What?" I just invested so much energy. So anyway, yeah. Let's keep this in mind. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I'm letting this whole video play out because I feel like it's if you're not familiar with this, it's really educational and the latest news from the scientific team is easy for that to go over a lot of people's heads. Not to say it's like big brain or anything, but it's just for lack of like knowing what Arc-AGI really represents and what it's trying to do. And yeah, I just want to emphasize how crazy. I'm just gonna go back to this post again. How crazy this is. We got 0.13% on the first entry. Most frontier AIs rank 0 or close to it. Dude, used no GPUs. Dude, dude, we used no look, you know how Elon Musk just built this Colossus data center, Colossus 1 and 2, and Jensen Huang was like, "Oh, Elon, blah, blah, blah. He did it in like 19 days." Ugh. Just slopping them up with all these GPUs, right? Meanwhile, Grok scores 0% on Arc AGI, and Neuraxon model of Qubic scores 0.13 with no GPUs, just CPUs. Dude, the whole data center thing is it's just about to be washed out, dude. Man, when technology becomes obsolete, it's really a whole other takeover of the new tech. When's the last time you seen a VHS player? I feel like this is gonna be like Neuraxon is gonna be the Blu-ray to and LLMs are gonna be like VHS tapes.
So it may latch on to an early hypothesis and be unable to deviate away. Or one of the more colorful examples is it thinks it's playing a different game. It plays one of these games that set that unable to realize today's still need.
Shout out, yeah, he's where the my
Loop.
I can't pull him up right now, but shout out to am I still here? I was like, oh no, not again, dude. Not again.
This is the only unsaturated agent benchmark that we know. Now, if this was a normal benchmark, we would just count accuracy. So we
But
would
yeah,
just count.
like I was saying, I thought I was getting disconnected. Shout out to I was just getting caught up with the comments. Shout out to Shook Focus. He's a fellow YouTuber as well. Make sure you go check out his channel, Shook Focus. He showed mad love to the channel the other day. He talks about Qubic here and there too. Hopefully we get some more Qubic content creators out there. We need Qubic guy. He uh, 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 a second. Damn. Hang on a sec. Let me make sure my connection. Man, that is extremely. I gotta say, if I wasn't a patient guy, I'd lose my temper. That's pretty frustrating. I'll be in the flow, feeling good, checking comments. All of a sudden, bow. Man, I hope you guys heard what I was saying a second ago. I don't know what Qubic is, but I bought more. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's my strategy, and I'm sticking to it. Shook likes it. That's all I need to know. Yeah, shout out to Shook Focus. Nice. The community virus is spreading. I love it. Mission accomplished. A little bit of understanding what you own does not hurt at all. Have a great day, Shook. Nice. I like it. I sound like a yeah, I know. My bad, guys. Fuck. Now, hopefully we can finally finish this damn video. My bad, guys. Hopefully I can like edit this edit this in post, even though it's a live stream. I'll cut out the crappy parts.
Count how many levels did you beat and how many games did you beat. But because we have human baselines, we're able to compare how many actions AI took directly to how many actions humans took in order to do the same. And we will score based off this efficiency, which means that if you score 100% on Arc-AGI-3, that means that you didn't just beat the games, every game, but you did it matching or surpassing human level efficiency. Which, for everybody who might think about just like trying to brute force these games, it'll be poor efficiency on those. It won't work. This measure of learning efficiency, this is really algorithmic learning efficiency. This is something that no other benchmark has right now. And this is going to be a first-class citizen with an Arc-AGI-3. So in order to beat Arc-AGI-3, an agent needs to do 4 things. Number 1 is it needs to explore an unknown environment. Number 2, it needs to acquire its own goals. It needs to build a world model on the fly. And it needs to learn continuously. These are some of the same capabilities that we see missing from current AI benchmarks or current coding agents today. And Arc-AGI-3 is going to isolate exactly where these failure modes are. There's a lot of work to be done with regards to research to this area. And if we've seen anything from previous ARC prizes, we know that new ideas can come from single authors or it can come from individual researchers. New ideas may even come from someone in the room here.
Oh.
Today also marks the opening of Arc-AGI 2026. We're announcing a $2 million competition to turn this human AI gap into open source progress.
Qubic, take it. Qubic, take it. Take it, Qubic. Qubic. Imagine we win that shit. Oh, Jose Sanchez, do you know about this prize? David Vivancos, somebody CC these fools and clip this. We need that 2 mil. Imagine if we win this. If anybody wins this competition, dude, the publicity. That should be like a new. Hey, shout out to the marketing team or whoever's. Dude, this would be a great like attempt. We should try that shit out. Anyway, a boy can dream. Imagine Cubic getting this 2 million. If the winner of this is gonna get a fat, is gonna get a fat check from the biggest AI startup. Like they're gonna get the biggest check ever. That team.
We're going to be running 2 competitions alongside each other. Front and center is going to be the Arc-AGI-3 competition. And if you submit an agent here, you will get tested directly against our hidden holdout set.
Ooh.
And we're partnering with Kaggle for this. And this is not just a normal Kaggle competition. They've actually upgraded their platform in order to support the Arc-AGI-3 engine. So
Ooh.
thank you, Kaggle, very much.
Thanks, Kaggle.
Now, for the second track, we'll be hosting the last year of the original Arc-AGI format.
No.
So this is the last year that the Arc-AGI-2 benchmark will be out on Kaggle. And we are
That's pretty much it about the educational part. I think there's
be awarded.
another.
I will leave you.
Yeah, it's all like available. There's 25 public games that you can play. So arcprize.org/arc-agi/3. I'll put that link in the description too, if anybody wants to play that game. Let me see. Arc Prize. arc-agi/3. Yeah, cool. I'll be. And yeah, I'll put that link in the description in case any of you guys want to play the game yourself or anything and see how interesting it is. 3. Ooh, imagine what Arc-AGI-4 is gonna look like once Qubic beats Arc-AGI-3. Oobity scoobity. Anyway, I thought that was interesting. I hope you guys thought that was interesting, like I thought that was interesting, because I thought that was super interesting. All right, and then he said, "Is this on Qubic? Is what on Qubic? The model? I don't think Neuraxon has not been deployed onto Qubic yet, but it will be eventually. I mean, that's obviously the goal. But imagine, bro. All right, what's the next thing I wanted to talk about? The Arc games? No, the Arc games are not on Qubic. Watch, let me actually go to the website itself and see how it looks, just to show you guys. Yeah, right here. Arcprize.org. AGI. Play humans. First interactive reasoning benchmark designed to measure. Oh God. Play. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hey, we should do a we should do like a Arc-AGI play party. We can all stream. We can all play these games. All right, let's see how dumb I am. So it's like he said, it's meant to be confusing and at first, but our brains are supposed to figure it out eventually. So I see shapes and colors. I don't have time. I don't have time for this. I'll maybe on a late night live stream, but I want to get to something else that I wanted to talk about. Don't worry, I'm not afraid to look silly, but I just want to get to this other thing because I do have to get to work. So I found this in the wild. I wasn't even looking for this. I was just scrolling and I just found this from Classic XBT. I don't even know who that is. If you're in the Qt community, you know who this guy is. Mr. Shy. Shout out to Shy. He blocked me. Man, I keep getting blocked. It's certain types of personalities, they just block you if you don't like if you push back against what they're saying, even in the slightest. Anyway, he's that type of guy. No shade on him, but this is Shy. He's like him and CFB are like, I don't know. Oh, motorcycle passing by. Sorry. Him and CFB, I think they worked like on IOTA together, or they used to fuck. I don't know. They're like rivals. Sorry, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Yeah. So Shy has been like a really big critic of Qubic. He's like, they're critic of Qubic. I don't know. There's something real pretentious about him. But anyway, he's like, yeah, he's a guy who he's a well-respected developer type guy in the crypto community, similar to CFB. I think he worked on IOTA. No, correct me if I'm wrong. Like CFB, but and him and CFB like butt heads constantly, but they have this like coding camaraderie, if that makes sense. You know how like you have rivals in like your boxing gym, where like you spar, you're always trying to get the best of each other, but at the end of the day, you're still like friends. I think that's kind of like their relationship. But anyway, this is Shy talking about proof of stake on some random thing. Oh, son of a tech. He's somebody, right? I think.
Don't want it to sound disparaging. I'm not trying to bash proof of stake here, but I don't think proof of stake could be really decentralized. Now, that's not to say that it's not valuable.
In case you can't hear the audio, he's saying proof of stake cannot be decentralized. Proof of stake cannot be decentralized, or it's very easily gamed to be centralized.
There are a lot of cool things you can do, and the blockchain structure is very natural for a lot of cool applications. But I don't think the goal of any proof of stake project, any interesting proof of stake project at least, is to be decentralized. And I think the dynamic, which is naturally imposed by staking, doesn't allow decentralization. Because think about it this way. In Bitcoin, say you have 80% of Bitcoin, then you would still have to put in as much effort as someone who has 0 Bitcoin if you want to take over the chain. And in proof of stake, uh, typically, if you have 60% of the coin, then you control the coin. And you have this rich get richer dynamic because you can't stake everything. Only the reserves get staked. So pocket money doesn't get staked, and it causes this situation where the larger your reserve, the more you get from staking, and then you get more control. So I don't think this is like a death nail on proof of stake. There are a lot of interesting and cool things you can do with proof of stake, but I don't think any proof of stake tech can claim that it is decentralized. I was hoping that maybe Ethereum found a way. I thought that being a proof of work for like a decade so that you could spread your coin around and then transforming into proof of work could maybe prove itself as something which is both proof of stake and decentralized, but also there we see a lot of problems, like we see MEV attacks, we see collusions against American sanctioned wallets, and this kind of stuff is really a huge problem for decentralization, and I think at this point, only proof of work can really provide decentralization. So that's why I'm putting proof of stake outside, not because I think it's inferior, but just because I think it's a completely different niche with a completely different set of problems it solves.
Very true. I can't say I disagree. I can't say I disagree. So, and if I'm not mistaken, IOTA is a delegated proof of stake. So, yeah, essentially, if you're a proof of stake guy and you're the, yeah, decentralization is not really a thing. I mean, I guess it is, but kind of not. Anything else before I dip out of here? Do I need to talk about Michael Saylor this morning? Look at this. Saylor is not on my feed today. What happened? Ansem is on the feed. More crypto scammers. Oh, the death of strategy was greatly exaggerated. Mm. What do you guys think about this strategy bullshit? It's gonna fade. It's gonna fade to darkness eventually. There's no all they do is buy Bitcoin at tops and sell it at bottoms. And they owe and now that they should have just now they just owe people billions of dollars every year. Like, what were you even thinking? Just go bank. Like, he should have just shut his business down and I don't know. Whatever, dude. That's none of my business. Not my monkey, not my zoo, or not my zoo, not my monkey. However the fuck that thing goes. Kate O'Neill. I haven't seen him talk about Qubic for a minute. Qubic is currently only listed on second tier exchanges. Are big exchanges loading up on Qubic while people are fading Qubic? Qubic. Nice. Hell yeah. Bull post Qubic, baby. Bull post. Anyone bull posting Qubic, keep doing it. I don't care who you are. Real ones got this in rotation. Not gonna play that. Man, there's nothing interesting on the home feed today. Need only 1.1 places of server accommodation. Okay. Well, let me check one thing real quick. One, one more thing, Jackie. Jackie. Actually, no, we're good. I think I'm gonna just sign up out of here then. Let's check the prices of stuff real quick. I usually don't do that, but Today I got time. Bitcoin at 58. Hell yeah, dude. Ethereum still below 16. Hell yeah. I love pain. Bring more pain. $73 Solana. Banana coin, 31 cents. I'm gonna start calling Tron Banana Coin. I don't respect Tron at all. I don't know why. Tron is like I don't know if you guys have ever seen The Office. Tron is like if I'm Michael Scott, Tron is like Toby. I'm just gonna hate it for no reason. I'm just gonna have no respect for Tron, and you're not gonna know why. It's just I have zero. Even if it goes to the moon, I'm just gonna be like I'm gonna make Tron my mortal enemy for literally no reason. Pi, dude, I remember Pi years ago. You could like mine it on your phone and shit. All of a sudden, it's number 48. Fuck Pi. Mm. What's Qubic at right now? Sorry, guys. Sometimes I just talk shit. I'm not your normal crypto content creator. Sometimes I just be talking mad shit just to be silly. All right. Damn. That's all 37. Dude, if you're getting in on Qubic as a newbie right now, this is the best entry, dude. This is the bottom of the bottom. Like it's not the lowest it's ever been, but it's the lowest it's been in a long time. Like since its genesis, I don't think it's been this low. That's crazy. Cuz even Coin Market Cap, the all-time low is not the lowest cuz they listed it on CMC a lot later. But yeah, that's nuts. 37 bucks to get you 100 million. 100 million. You know what that'll do to you once this thing starts cutting up zeros? Do you know what that'll do to your bag? What $37 right now will do to your bag? Once Qubic has its own little bull run, and it finds a new level with three zeros. All right, where do you think the new level's gonna be? Four zeros or three zeros? Probably five for a few weeks, and then it'll bump up to four zeros. When we hit three zeros, it's gonna be a whole new community, man. When one cubic finally starts settling at around three zeros, dude. Man, oh man, this whole community is gonna have a whole different vibe. I swear to God. Oh man. Anyway, let's look at some comments before I sign out. The more you stick, the more you have control. Yep, yep, yep. Yes, sir. Correctamundo. Correctamundo, my guy. Big Peter. Hey, pause. Said life can change in an instant. Let our prayers be with the people of Venezuela after a devastating earthquake. Sato Millionaire. Oh, I never seen you before. God bless. There's an earthquake in Venezuela? Oh, damn. That sucks. I've been in one major earthquake. It was in 1994, the Northridge earthquake. That was tremendous. He said, Amen. Dragon Ball Sleepy. Oh, Moneyline. Moneyline. What up, dude? It's my biggest fan, Moneyline, out here on X. Let's see. What was the? I was gonna say score. What was the what's the word I'm looking for? The Richter scale. What was the score on the Richter scale for the earthquake? Earthquake magnitude. That's the word I'm looking for. Whoa, 7.5, dude. That's disgusting. That's crazy. Cause Northridge is only 6.7, and that was huge. Cause the way earthquakes work, it's like every decimal point you go up, it's like orders of magnitude stronger. It's not just like a little level stronger. So like Like a 4.5 or like a 4.6 is way stronger than like a 4.5, if that makes sense. It's not just like, ooh, a little bit stronger than 4. So a 7.5 is absolutely franken nuts. Holy crap. Holy, look how far the effect was. That's enough to like if that earthquake was just out here in the ocean, that would have caused a tsunami. Damn, low key, they kind of lucked out that it was on land instead of on the water. Cause damn, that's pretty crazy. Anyway, in lighter news, holy shit, man, why you gotta bring that up? I'm just fucking around. I'm just fucking with you. Um, what was I about to do? Oh, I was about to sign off. So I'm gonna sign off with this little cool little short. I saw this last night in my feed, and I love me some music. I love classical music. I like all sorts of music, but check out this video on the way out, and we're gonna sign off and have a great day. You guys have a good one. I hope you enjoy these little Arc-AGI education. I slipped in. Here we go. This guy straight up. This guy, this guy. Comp- just watch what he does, dude, from scratch, dude. The mind of a composer, dude. The mind of a composer. Anyway, check this guy out. Uh, 500 tons of tea. Damn. There were two silent. Oh my god, that's awful. Two simultaneous. Man, we're. I mean, to me, dude, earthquakes. There's nothing more terrifying, man. Cause there, all you can do is wait until it's done, and then see what how bad is it gonna be. You're at the mercy of literally at the mercy of the cosmos. Like the Earth just has to. You just gotta hope it stops shaking, cause it could just be the end. The Earth could just keep shaking and it cracks. It like who knows? Like no one knows. Like what the fuck? No one owes the Earth like more years of existing. Anyway, how come my tab's not sharing? Hold on a second. Let me go back. Hmm. Let me try to reconnect y'all. That's weird. Ah, fuck it. I'll show you the video next time. I don't have time to reconnect and do all that jazz. You guys have a great day. We're just gonna sign out with a little bit of tunage on the StreamYard. You guys peace out. Know what you're holding. Don't freak out. Bear markets are fun. Just chill. DCA. Fucking ignore the bullshit. Don't let people try to fucking psych you out of your bags, especially people on X. Like, what are you doing on X? Only go there for like specific stuff. Don't go scrolling and then see some FUD and be like, oh FUD. Oh maybe I should sell. Ah! Right? Don't be like don't fucking psych yourself out, dude. You buy things for a reason, right? You look at data, right? I'm not saying like stay, once you buy something, hold it forever, but like stay locked into the news, right? Don't psych yourself out. Psych yourself in and just fucking play the game. All right? Chill. Qubic and chill, as they say. So cubic to a lot of zeros and a 3 FML. Vibra. uh Put it on X. All right, guys. Peace out. Have a good day. Have a good day.